Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Not again.
Leaf Flicker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin. Into his hands. And guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and...
Yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo. Corta dentro. Ringo. Touchdown! Georgia!
The Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory. Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs. Sick 'em.
What's going on? Respect the Hedges family and Dog Nation. That's right, man. We're in here for another episode of Respect the Hedges, a part of the Fan Addict Sports Network, man. We're here to talk about the 8 overtime thriller. We're in here to preview the upcoming matchup against the Texas Longhorns. We're going to get into all of that, man. So, as always, we're brought to you by the Tailgate Kings. That's right, man. We're here for another episode of Respect the Hedges. Listen, it's about that time. Listen, we back on StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? Back in our comfort zone. The Dogs back in their comfort zone, meaning the postseason. That's where we like to be. You know what I'm saying? That's all of this. This season has been leading up to this, man. So we ain't going to belabor the point. We're just going to go ahead and get into it, man. Let's bring our guys on, man. First up, former DB and baseball player, Double Dog at the University of Georgia. So I got E-Rob. What's going on, E?
Coach, what's up, baby? It's good to be back. Good to be back on StreamYard where y'all can see this thing right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a face for TV, not for radio, man. So I'm happy to be here. And look, man, that damn game Saturday. See all this? All that's from y'all. That's the Dogs right there, man. Look, here's the one thing that I took from that game. I'm done trying to predict what the Dogs going to give me on any given Saturday. I'm done trying to predict it. I'm just going to go along for the ride, grab me a beer, sit back, and just enjoy the ride because I can't predict it. They ain't going to try no more. Go Dogs. SEC championship. Let's get it.
That's right, man. Go Dogs, man. We can't predict it. You know what I'm saying? Rob, we just here to enjoy the show. You know what I'm saying? So hey, let's break up the next dog, man. Mr. Tailgate King himself, former tight end Javaris Johnson. What's going on, JV?
Fellas,
SEC championship, baby.
Championship weekend, man. I'm letting the scruff grow out because I feel like getting down and dirty and gritty with it. You know, I feel like, man, we're going to walk through this week and we're going to strut into the dome, our second home, and we're going to get it on. So let's get at it, guys.
That's right, man.
Bars.
That's
you got
right.
the bars.
Hey, we along for the ride. Right. We along for the ride, like E-Rod say. Just sit back. We're going to just sit back and have a couple of drinks and enjoy the ride and see what the Dogs give us week to week. Speaking of drinks, man, it's our guy, official mayor of Bourbon, the Bourbon Club.
Yeah, the man.
It's our guy, former wide receiver.
Look at it.
Corey Allen sipping on a little something.
Bad influence. Look at
it. Microphone check. Is this thing on tonight, baby?
It's on.
We trying tequila tonight, boys. It jumped real. 8 overtimes to push you to the limit, man. I didn't enjoy any of that. I was never comfortable. A little bit of me bailed out on my Dogs. I got to apologize to the guys on the field because I didn't have the fortitude to stick through all that crap. That was just a bit much, but I think it's just a testament to what Kirby has built as far as that team sticking it out and really just overcoming so much adversity, even though most of it recreated ourselves. So great opportunity to be champions now, fellas. I mean, right now the temperature's up. A lot of us didn't ask for this, but we got it. And it's time to step up.
That's right, man. That's right, man. Somebody else probably was going through it Friday. It's the coolest fan in the land. He wasn't at the game in the cold, but he's still the coolest fan in the land. That's our guy, Cool Cal. What's going on, Cal?
God damn, just like everybody else, brother. Everybody else, man. I just got off my pacemaker, you know what I'm saying? Got my heart back right, you know what I'm saying, from the game. But I'm good, man. Like I said, man, this team is unpredictable. But one thing we got, man, we got grit, heart, you know what I'm saying? And guys gonna fight and play to the end. And so, you know, we got round 2 with Texas, you know what I'm saying? Me and JB, we was out there last time. And so, you know, we ready to bring them back home and put that whooping on them, man.
That's right, man. Listen, man, I'm going to join my co-host CA and admitting, listen, man, I did 4 minutes left in the game. I did post on Facebook thinking we had lost, saying now we got to go win the SEC championship. But the Dogs proved me wrong, and I'm glad they did. Like CA said, man, Kirby got these guys where they literally say it's a 60-minute game or however long it takes, and they stick it out to the end, man. Let's say hey to some of the dogs that's in the building. Oh, the comments is on fire. All right, First Lady always number one. Y'all already know what it is, man. Go Dogs.
Shout out, First Lady. Go
horns
Dogs.
down. That's right. During the week when we play Texas, we will go horns down. That's right. Benji, our Texas fans in the building. Say told y'all we were coming for some get back in ATL. Come on in, get you some, Benji.
Welcome
Come
to
on,
Atlanta.
get you some. Welcome to the ATL, baby. Our on-campus correspondent.
What up, Hina?
Freezing her butt off. Got us some footage we will play later. What's going on, Hina? Stat guy. Hey, man, I tried to prepare you for tonight's rankings, dog. Hey, South Carolina had a good run, but, hey, man, go in that bowl game and
keep your head up.
Make the SEC proud, man.
What did they end up, Coach? What did they end up at?
14. 14.
Oh.
Yeah.
Burn a little bit.
That's their problem. That's their damn problem.
No love over here, baby.
I ain't sitting up here no pity parties for South Carolina. Going to the Capital One Bowl.
Stat man. Shout out.
Hey,
damn, pal.
Tuna Legends is in the house. What's going on, Mike Doug? Appreciate you getting in the building, my guy. J-Dog in the building say, let's go. SEC Championship Week. Let's do what we do. Remind people that the SEC runs through Athens. Go Dogs. We appreciate that, J-Dog. Appreciate you getting in here. Respect the Hedges photographer chiming in. It's Caitlin Hill. E-Rob, if you don't start wearing that dashiki starting today, we need it. E-Rob might have retired the dashiki for this year.
Hey, Coach, can you give me, let me address this real quick. I don't know if you saw this, Caitlin, and I love the dashiki, but apparently there were 3 interceptions tucked inside of it. So I stopped wearing it. And then when I stopped wearing it, the interception stopped. So, baby, I am big team, little me. So no interceptions. That's what I want. So I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't going to wear it.
Hey,
after the season, though, come find your boy.
That's what it is. Hey, that's what it is. That's what it is. Orlando Ferguson in the building. So let's go, Dawgs. Appreciate you getting in. Appreciate you getting in. Shawty will probably be tuning in a little bit later, Benji. He should be here at some point. We'll see. Brian Drakeford in the building. What's going on? B. Drakeford. Who else is in the building? Let's see.
They're hyped up for the championship, baby.
Right. He says, Cal, I was with y'all, but can't be there this weekend. I'll be on a flight on my way to India. And I would need text update. Where's he?
Gotcha.
He be
we
everywhere.
Need that video. Send that.
He's gonna be in India.
Look at Stat Guy. Stat Guy a little salty talking about Texas by 50.
Come on, Stat. Don't do that, baby.
It's all good. It's all good.
Don't do that.
It's all good. It's all good. We don't want you. We don't want you, and we don't need you. We
did
good.
He say 50 or did he say 50?
50.
I think he said 50.
That's what I heard. 50.
It's all good. Cal, no love for Beamer Ball. No love for Beamer Ball.
It's all good.
That was real personal right there. Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Be like that sometimes. Listen, it's kind of like the whole planting the flag thing that went on this weekend. as a former coach myself, I used to tell my guys, when the rival come in, if you don't want them celebrating on your court or your field, guess what? Beat them.
Don't lose.
Yes, don't lose. Don't lose. That's what it is. I don't feel sorry for no home team that lost and somebody planted a flag and it's not classless. Hey, man, win the game. Shout out all that crying and win.
Stop crying, Ohio State. Stop crying, Ohio State.
Losing the game and the fight. Just getting mad everywhere.
Getting your ass kicked all over the place.
Michigan lost.
I like that.
Michigan lost 28 starters last year, and y'all still couldn't win.
Right. P may be in the house. What's going on?
What's up,
fellas? I actually say to hell with the SEC championship. I want that Indiana game in the playoffs. Hey, we're gonna win this weekend to get that first round. That's what I like.
Need that vibe.
I ain't mad at it. You know, let's take it how it comes, P. That don't sound bad.
Right. Speaking of SEC championship, before we get into Where's Hina, we're gonna let our guy JV tell us about Megagate 2024 coming up this weekend in the ATL.
Man, check it out, people. You know, the Kings, man, we normally roll out the carpet, and we always thinking about the kingdom. All of our roles, we want to make sure that you not only enjoy the game, but you're comfortable during the game. And we know you don't want to be outside in 48, 45-degree weather all day. So we're taking it back inside to Atlanta, right down the street from the Benz, ground zero where the Dawgs going to go in, and we're going to handle our business, man. Y'all come out and y'all kick it with us at Atlanta for Megagate 2024. Same format. If you came last year, you know we had a great time indoors. We're going to do the same thing. We got great food by Black Girls Grilling. You know, shout out to my man, Gene Tootle, who came through with the sponsorship from Island John flavored vodka and Atlanta, man. We running with a partnership this year with those guys. And so they really stepped up for us to make sure that the Royals, the Kingdom, the Kings, and all the folks that rock with us were ready for this monumental rematch matchup, baby. We running up the steps like Rocky. We got the sound playing in the back. Dun, 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 dun. We ready for this thing. Come out and kick it with your boys. We have a great time. We appreciate you guys, man. Atlanta, let's get it.
That's right, man. Y'all make sure y'all get over to tailgatekingsatl.com to get your tickets. That's right.
God damn, I got a question.
What up?
JV, do you practice in the mirror? Because it just smooth.
That was off the dome, folks.
Smooth, man.
I heard how he came on with the bars at the beginning
of the show.
I'm just one take shot, man. That's
what I'm saying. I want 2 tickets.
Right. Our resident Texas fan, I'm gonna give you some TV time today since we playing Texas, Benji. You say we peaked in October. I guess you missed that Tennessee beatdown in the middle of November. The Dogs got it in. We got it in spades. Chandra getting in the building. Say see y'all Saturday. Go Dogs.
Let's go. Right, Miss Leonard.
Say back-to-back losses inside Mercedes-Benz. Also, you must have missed the Clemson beatdown at the beginning of the season. That was in the bid, so it won't be back-to-back. Come on, Benji. Hey, come on, my dog.
You're better than this, Ben. You're better than that.
You're supposed to be nice with it. You're supposed to be nice with it.
It's championship week. Come on, get it together. Get your shit together. Come on now.
Speaking of having it together, man, our girl Hina always got it together. You know what I'm saying? She always getting us the good footage. So let's check out where Hina was in. Listen, man, before we play Hina's video, shout out to the Dog fans that went to the game.
Man,
it looked like cold. It might have been 2 below out there, man, and they stayed through 8 overtimes, dog. So shout out to y'all, man, for getting out there and doing it, man. And speaking of, Hina was one of them. She stuck through it. So let's see where Hina was hiding.
Hina's a dog. She's a real dog, man.
25 years later, we are meeting up in Athens, Georgia. How about Sanford Stadium? Go Dogs!
Go Dogs!
Georgia Tech. I got one question for y'all. Where is this train headed on January 20th?
Atlanta.
ATL. Let's do it, baby!
Let's go!
Let's get that W tonight, and we are on our way. SEC.
Go Dogs!
Yep, go Dogs.
Arr.
Come on, dog. Punch that shit
Shout out to our girl Hina for getting us the dope footage of the touchdown by Oscar Delp, especially kicking the dough in on them Yellow Jackets. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it in, man. Kicking it in, man. Listen, that was like I'm like CA, man. Like that is not something I want to do ever again.
And CA got experience with it. CA, you
Right.
were, if I'm not mistaken, you'd have found this overtime thing around here in college football, right?
Man, you know, it feels good, it sounds good, but it's stressful now. You know, I'm way past that young man who had a sweet recovery time and a no-cost copay. That was just, you know, like Cal said, we all on the monitor after that 8 overtime thriller. Man, I was about to throw up trying to watch. It was too much on the line. So no, I mean, yeah, some stuff you don't want to see continue. I'm just glad we came out on top because I was worried about that. I'm already mad it went past 4 overtimes.
Right.
It better win the game.
Listen, man, they just out there in the 6-7 overtime. They just out there drawing in the dirt. Hey, man, I want
Hey,
you
that
to go
play
right.
call on the 7, I was like, Bobo done quit. We done ran out of bullets.
He didn't set up
I
in the
got
booth and
nervous. I
threw
was
the
like,
tablet up.
oh shit. Was that just the draw? Did we run the draw? But he had one more in the bag. Hey, whatever it takes.
Hey, Carson was like, "What's the play?" He was like, "You got it, dog."
Yeah,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you pick.
Shit. Run the option. Do something. I don't care, man. Let's go home.
That was crazy, yo. We've been in some crazy games this year, man. Because you know what? Every game that we play in is always, we haven't really blown anybody out, so it's always a game, so anything can happen. And that anything has happened pretty much all this year. And this, I mean, you know, like I said, all this gray hair, my blood pressure through the damn roof. We got to figure out something. It's leading somewhere. Hopefully, it's leading to a damn. I don't know, to some. We'll see.
Well, you know, like I always say, man, you know, each year, you know, the teams always gonna form into something, man. These guys are they're like the cardiac kids. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? They stress you out. You know, because we were down, it was 17-0 at the half, right?
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't do anything. Still dropping passes, still missing blocks, doing different things like that to put ourselves in a hole. But the one thing, like I said, man, since that Bama game, we got a resilient team. You know, no matter what we get down by,
Yep.
at least I feel like now I know, you know what, we can always get back in the game. We've got somebody, you know, that's going to be able to make a play defensively. We may not tackle well, we may not do some things, but we got guys that can still go out there and make plays. And so that's good in that sense. I never feel like we're out of the game.
Right. Speaking of making plays, man, the guy's always ready to don't have to get ready because he stay ready inside the other double dog. It's Shawty Parker. What's going on, Shawty?
Shawty in the building.
What's happening?
There he is.
Hey, man, we in here talking about that 8 overtime thriller. You know what I'm saying? How it ran up all our blood pressure. You know what I'm saying?
That what made us jump back on StreamYard.
For real.
It was just too much pressure coming from too many different places, man.
Need some structure.
Right. Listen, man, at the end of that, man, shout out to the players, man, for holding out, man. Like, listen, 8 overtimes, you could
Heart of a champion.
Couldn't have nothing in the tank come 6, 7, 8, man.
Yep.
Man, you know, that game was kind of a microcosm of the season, man. You know, starting out slow, still able to pull out wins, having to play hero ball. Shout out to Carson Beck, man. You know, we've been on this roller coaster with you, baby. We still riding with you. And that game was just truly, like I said, a microcosm of the whole season, how it's gone up and down, man. And it's amazing that we were able to pull out 10 games going back looking through the season.
Thanks. Speaking of Carson Beck, after the interception roller coaster he took us on, since then the dude has thrown 11 touchdowns and no interceptions, man. So, and he leads the SEC. He led the SEC in the regular season in passing touchdowns. So, shout out to Carson Beck for staying the course, man. And
no dashiki.
Yep, you're right.
Hey,
That's right.
and shout out to Erod for giving us for letting the team be
sacrifice.
bigger than the dashiki.
Big team.
You know what I'm saying?
Big team.
Big team. Hey, that's how it is, man. Veronica Dillard in the building. What's going on?
What's up, Ronnie?
Stop on 1 yard. It was a thing of beauty. What's going on, CA?
Yep.
Coach, I got to give a shout out to my guy Monroe Freeling. I took a whole crap on him after he had a comment after the Texas game the first time we played. He's been playing some exceptional ball these last 3 or 4 weeks. So I do want to, since you gave some shout out to a couple of guys, I want to give him, tip my cap to him because he changed his tune and put it on the field. I see the work being done, and I want to salute that.
Right. Because
Cool.
we had up and down this season, man. It hasn't been a thing of beauty like 21, 22, or even 23 for that matter. And we've had to stick it out with the Dogs. The Dogs stuck it out with us. E-Rob, who you want to give a shout out to?
Oh man. So this dude I've been talking about for like the last, I don't know, probably a month and a half. And I've been asking everybody to raise their game, especially on the defensive side of the ball, to where he is. This guy has been shooting his gun all damn year. Dan Jackson.
Shout out.
Without Dan Jackson, we wouldn't be where we're sitting. I'm telling you, this young man has been playing great freaking football for us. And he's throwing his body around with reckless abandon. Look, man, he's playing championship football, and I just hope everybody kind of rises their level and just follows him, because that's what I'm looking for, the way he's playing football.
Big facts, big fact. Cool Cow, what about you, man? What you got on it, man? Who you want to give some shout out to? I mean, they could have been up and down this year like the rest of the team, no doubt.
Yeah, man. Dan Jackson, great choice, man. Listen, MVP, man. Without that fumble at the end of that Georgia Tech game,
he knocked
we
the
don't
hell
win
out of
that
that
game.
dude.
Yeah, we don't win that game. Game changing play. We needed that at a time. But I'm gonna give a shout out to CJ Allen, man. I thought that coming into the season, I had some consideration looking at him to maybe be, all SEC, maybe a all American candidate, and didn't quite have that kind of year, but it looks like he's getting back on level. I started to see him make a lot of plays these last couple of games, especially the Tech game. He was flying around making plays. Had a tip ball or two that was really, really important. And so I'm gonna give a shout out to him, man. I think, we can continue to get that level of play. I think we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I'm definitely on that train with you, dog. CJ Allen, he's had some sophomore moments where he hasn't looked as good,
Sure.
but down the stretch, he's held it together, man, with that linebacker core. What about you, Shawty? Who you want to give a shout out to, man?
Does it have to be a player?
No.
Okay. Nope. Well, I'm gonna give a shout out to my old quarterback, man, our current OC Mike Bobo, man. I've always been kind of hard on Bobo, and for Bobo to do what he's done with this particular roster, going through the injuries, going through all the ups and downs, and still being able to produce and still be able to produce the numbers to win 10 games to get us a shot at the SEC championship and a guaranteed berth in the playoff, which we do have. I'm gonna have to give a shout out to Bobo, man, because I've been hard on him, and it's amazing once you go back and look through the whole season in totality. Now, hindsight is 20/20, 50/50, whatever, however that goes. You just have to give them credit, man. Our roster from an offensive standpoint, it's been decimated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we playing fourth guys, fifth guys, walk on, you name it, we pulling them out the closet. So shout out to Bobo, man, for being able to do what he do, keep this team going, the offense going, and rocking and rolling at the end of the day. It's a 10-win season, man.
Big shout out to Bobo, man, for calling. Hey, listen, having the guts to call a run play in the 8th overtime. That was a thing of beauty, man. JV, what about you, man? Who you want to give a salute to?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna give a salute to all you guys, man, because all y'all was spot on with everybody that y'all named. I think that not one person that was put up on the shout out list so far was a person that didn't deserve to be there. All of them did and has done a tremendous job. Special shout out to my guy Dan Jackson, because I really think that this guy is like that Lil Cecil. What was his name?
Chuck Cecil. Yeah,
Chuck Cecil. He remind me of little Chuck Cecil. But look, guys, I'm gonna go with somebody different. First of all, I'm just gonna say to Shawty's point, and whoever said something about Beck. Hey, man, I'm starting to appreciate your face again. I definitely am not sick of your face at this point, but I appreciate what you've been doing. I appreciate what you've been doing, man. You done brought me back because I was literally like dry heaving when I would see you. But now, hey, bro, we good. But shout out also, man. Let me just say, shout out to my guy Delp, who's started to really look like his talent told me he was gonna be looking like. He's catching the ball. Actually, man, I don't know if y'all pay attention. Delp is out there mixing it up with guys too. He's definitely improved in his confidence, it looks like, on the field, but in his pass catching and his blocking, he's doing a tremendous job. But from Saturday night, also on the offense, man, let me shout out this guy who I've been asking where the hell he been, and I appreciate his resilience after dropping a few balls, but coming back and being big for us in the end. Man, shout out to Dominic Lovett, man. Shout out to the number 6 because, man, he stepped it up when we really needed some sure hands, and he pulled in 2 TDs, a couple of great catches on the field that gave us some first downs. Man, shout out to that guy. We need more of you, Dom.
Right. Hey, man, and that second touchdown or that first touchdown that he caught, like he caught a little targeting on it. He looked like he was a little, banged up. Didn't know if he was going to come back in, and then he caught another one to send, to I want to say tie the game up. So shout out to Dominic Levitt, man, for stepping up when we needed it, because we definitely needed it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the guys, man. All right, let's see. We got a couple questions here. Let's see. Stat Guy says, why y'all think GT went away from the run in overtime? I think, as a play caller, coach, sometimes you can out-coach yourself. You thinking, I got one place. It's different when you know you got another play behind it, and if it don't work, you can come and get something else. So maybe they was thinking, listen, we don't know if we're going to get that 3 yards, even though they have been getting 3 yards on us pretty much all night on first down. But at that point in the game, man, Dan Jackson was hitting folk, and listen, I have to shout out to Haynes King, man. That dude's a warrior. He was taking
He is a warrior because we was laying it on him, man. And he kept getting up and he kept running that ball.
I ain't gonna shit. He was laying it on us too. Like he was out there running that thing tough, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some of the toughest quarterback play I've seen. Like
he did it last year. He was tough like that last. I'm like, damn, why we can't knock him out? Nope.
Right,
Coach, that's what I was going to say to answer your question, Coach. I think that's what it was. Haynes King had to stop running because Dan Jackson put that chin check on him. That slowed him up. That they didn't have a whole lot of run success. It was the quarterback killing us. That's what's always killed us. That's why we got to worry about what we got to worry about this weekend. Mobile quarterbacks is still the conversation, and we ain't solved it yet.
Big facts, because Arch will get some playing time this weekend.
Hey, absolutely. They're going to let that happen.
It's hard to solve that, CA, just to put it out there in my opinion, because I've always said it makes you play 11 on 11. And if you got a weakness anywhere, it's going to show. You know what I'm saying?
True. It ain't but one way to solve it. You got to knock him out the game. I mean, we ain't trying to hurt nobody, but he's got to get hit like a running back. Yeah, exactly. Like playing football still. You want to carry the ball, and something come with that. Yeah. So, I mean,
they ready last 4 quarters.
Yeah,
that's what we want to do. We'll figure it out.
Big facts. So, hey, we got signing day, the first signing day coming up tomorrow. Susie Dickerson, appreciate you getting in.
That's tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
The first one.
They come up on you.
Yeah. They snuck up on us, dog. Hey, we listen, man. That's when you straight line focus. That's how it be, E-Rob. Susie had gave us a little nugget earlier in the season about her son or somebody in her family committing or at least looking at the Dawgs. I think she said, Coach and the guys, December 6th, 5.0 up-to-date version of Richard Seymour, Justice Terry, and my nephew coming, and my son, he can catch and run, is a package deal, class of 26. My baby boy, go Dawgs. We will take it, Susie. You
Number one class.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's done deal. We breaking news.
We breaking news.
Breaking news.
Time for real.
You only get that here.
Like CA said, bill on us when we see you, Susie. You know what I'm saying?
And Susan, we don't do no sugarcoating.
That's right. We ain't gonna sugarcoat them announcements that you giving us. I can tell you that. So shout out to Susie, man. Shout out to her son for even being good enough to be looked at by the Dawgs. So shout out, man. So Shelby says she thinks GT was tired. I think everybody was tired, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Yeah, I was tired as hell.
Even the rules were tired. That's why they make you start going for 2.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
That's a good point.
I hated that.
And one point,
go ahead, Coach.
I was just gonna say at one point, dog, I really didn't know if it was gonna end because I'm like, every time they score, we score. Every time we score, they score. Every time we don't, they don't. I'm like, dog, it's Saturday.
Right.
The season is
I was
over,
about, hey,
Coach.
Coach, I was about to go
The
start
midnight
cooking
miracle.
breakfast or something. Like that shit was crazy.
Feel
That
like
was
it was New
crazy.
It's too
Year's
hard to
again.
figure out. It's
So
too much to figure out.
one thing I would say too, I know E-Rod keep up with a little bit of recruiting, Cal does too, man. So just real talk, I think we had a show last week, and I made a comment about how this guy, Tech is a little bit better than they normally are, and maybe we're not as good as we used to be. Once again, I just saw like the top 10 recruits in the state of Georgia, and like 2 or 3 of them are on Georgia Tech. That just shows you how this man is changing his roster, and it don't seem like it's gonna be getting no easier anytime soon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. J Dog points out something that they brought up, I want to say on SEC Final, says walking back and forth in between overtimes. I guess because somebody chooses to go first and somebody chooses the end of the field, and so you got to walk the whole field in between overtimes. I don't know what that's about, but listen, man,
You
you
ain't
guys.
gonna tear up my grass. That's what that's about. You got your fans in one corner. You're not gonna just do it out here.
Right.
Coach, I think I got one statement, Coach. We've been trying to identify this team all season.
Can't do it.
The only thing I see is resilient. That's who we are.
Mhm.
That's all we got to bank on. We
That's
need
it.
to keep this game close for 4 quarters, because you'll fold before we might. And that's all I got in my guys right now. And I'm proud of the work they put in lately. But resilient. That's all I see, because we've had so much rotation due to the injury and other reasons. It's hard to be consistent when you that much fluctuation in your roster.
That's what
Right.
I've been saying.
Definitely
Yep.
resilient. Definitely resilient. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Kirby always preach we're a 4-quarter team or however long it takes. So we're gonna need that this weekend, man. We got key players and injuries, man. Christian Miller, me and E-Rod was talking before the show. I don't know how many fans know that he's been out the last 2 weeks against UMass and Tech. Not taking anything away from Tech or UMass for that matter in the run game, but he is a big part of our run stopping defense in the middle. He doesn't fill up the stat sheet, but he is there to take on those double teams and free up those linebackers so that we can stop the
You can
run.
tell when he's not there. You can tell when he's not there. I can tell you
Right.
that.
So
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know if he's going to be there this weekend. He had a shoulder injury. I think he will be ready for the playoffs. ETN will not. I don't think he's going to be playing this weekend. He'll be ready for the playoffs. And if you haven't seen the news, I think Kobe Young should be cleared to play in the first round, or the first time we play in the playoffs, I should say. So other injuries, Ernest Green still injured. We wish you well, but we want Monroe Freely to stay at the left tackle if I'm keeping it a buck. So
Hey, Coach, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm like, you couldn't even tell that the starter was out. That's how good Freeling's been playing. You know what I'm saying? So that shout out to him. That was a great call,
Yeah.
Corey, because the starter's been gone. You know what I'm saying, for a few
Yeah.
weeks now, and we've had the
You're right.
backup come in, and you don't even notice that. So that's shout out to him. That's huge for us.
right, we did get a
We have
boost in
noticed.
the book.
So,
Actually, we have noticed.
oh, the other way.
Right. We did get a boost in the run game.
Something been different.
Yeah.
We don't
Our
listen. We
quarterback still
don't.
standing up, right?
Right. Like J Dog say, we did get a boost in the run game to see Roger Robinson back,
Yeah.
even though we had ETI. I love seeing that big body out there, man, just running over folk, man. He's getting more healthy. He can spell Nate Frazier, who has been toting the tater for us, man.
Shout out to him.
Man.
He adds another element to the game for your short yardage game. You feel
Yes.
a lot more comfortable in your short yardage game and also in your pass pro.
Right. And I think
he stung somebody on that pass pro. I mean, it was nasty.
Listen, and then Shawty gave shout out to Bobo, man, and shout out to him for playing Robinson in most of the overtimes, keeping Nate Frazier fresh to come in overtime number 8 and just run it almost untouched, thanks to our line. So yes,
Hey, the center had a great block on that. He smashed it. Whoever that dude, he smashed it. Yeah, good, great, great block.
Right,
that's why it's so good to have, to see guys get back healthy. I don't want to keep harping on this point, but I love Cass Jones and and what he brings, but you can just see the difference in your starters when you're talking about levels of the game and being able to keep a guy like Nate fresh in the fourth quarter. He already seemed like he runs at a different gear. But to have that same gear in the fourth quarter and not lose any drop off when you put the Robinson kid in, that's more like Georgia football. That's what you want to see.
Real talk, real talk. So we got a big matchup coming. It is UGA Texas round 2. Cal, give me your opening thoughts this weekend, man, on the rematch, man.
Ding ding. First off, I think obviously with Texas, man, we're gonna get a little bit different game plan. I definitely think they're gonna mix up the quarterbacks a little bit more, get our some more playing time. If not, just to give us some additional looks, some different things to think about. Again, like we said, that threat type of quarterback has been the one quarterback that generally gives us problems, and so I think that they're going to want to mix and match those and not just kind of come in and do it off the cusp if they play bad. I think that's going to be a part of their game plan. Obviously, they feel like they're going to be able to block better up front. So I think that they're really banking on that from an offensive line to our front seven. I think that they feel like they can probably shore that up some. So, we're gonna have to come out there, be fast, aggressive, like we were when we went out to Texas. I think the key to it, man, we can't miss tackles. Again, we kind of went back to that in that Georgia Tech game, especially the first half. We had a lot of missed tackles starting that game. I think that's going to be important for us to make sure we wrap up, man, and get the guys down on the ground. And last, man, listen, if Carson continues to play the way he's playing, we'll be fine. Let's not have another 3 interception game. Hopefully that crap is behind him. And if he can go out there, make plays, guys got to catch the ball, we'll be fine. I don't see where, what I'm saying, like, I feel like Texas has a lot of advantages on us if we go out there and play our game and do what we need to do.
Right, I definitely agree. I don't. We want Carson to keep playing the way he's been playing these last couple of games. Texas, in my opinion, but it has been the best defense we played all year. So we'll have another matchup. Kentucky, I think they were good. I think they were good for us. But I think overall, I think Texas on our schedule, you know what I'm saying? Like I think me and E-Rob was talking about it, something else, like how everybody has gotten up for us this year. You know what I'm saying? It's like they see the Dogs come in and give us their best shot and then don't play as good. Like, I mean, Alabama's defense played good against us, but I mean, they haven't played to that level since that game. You know what I'm saying? But I just watching Texas through the year and watching them against us, I think our defense won us the game in Austin. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And, but their defense, held our offense in check. So JV, your initial thoughts on this round 2, man? It's always hard to beat a team twice.
Definitely hard to beat a team twice, man. And real talk, I think that Texas is a completely formidable opponent. I mean, I was thinking about it though. I just keep hearing all the commentary about how well they've been playing, going into this game. And realistically, I think back to when we played them the first time. That's why everybody picked Texas when we beat them down in Austin, because they were playing well and they were completing passes and they were looking good. Man, I don't feel apprehensive about saying, man, I got my Dogs by 17 points going into this game, and I got them like that just simply because I feel that our Joes not only meet their Joes, but I just feel like we tougher than they are. I'm just going to say it. And that's a questionable thing for me looking at my Dogs sometimes, but I just feel like we tougher than they are. And nothing should come as a surprise to us. So I'm looking at this matchup. I think it's going to be, something that is going to, most definitely be entertaining football through the first 2 quarters. I feel like that third quarter, man, we're gonna probably pull off a little bit from them. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how the Dogs respond, because we normally respond really well coming off a loss, but we haven't responded as well when we've had a couple of wins in a row. Hopefully this Georgia Tech win doesn't, kind of zap us, and our focus is laser focused in on getting this W and the things that we need to do coming out fast. And Cal, I was hoping you weren't gonna add physical behind when you said fast. Computer off. But I think we're gonna go out there and we're gonna start from the gun, man.
Okay, hey, listen, I definitely can see that. Like I say, these Dogs are definitely resilient. CA, we did go into 8 overtimes. It was physically taxing, mentally taxing, but we also had an extra day. How you feel like both of those things, play a part in this weekend coming up?
Not much. Some of the guys who may be dealing with major or even some nagging injuries, you get that extra day of therapy, but really not very much. Another day to watch some film at most, but these games are going to be driven by emotion and execution, and that balance is going to be important. You got to be able to play on this big stage. This is the SEC championship. This is why you play in this league. So, yes, we all have the goal to win a natty, but right now, this is what's in front of us. So I think because of the opportunity for the players to etch their name in stone at their own respective universities, something that will be remembered in a league that is well respected. I think it's going to definitely bring out the best. I don't think the extra day is going to help anybody. I just think it's a great opportunity for the coaches to continue to prepare the players and get these game plans up to speed because I think it's going to be completely opposite. I think it's going to be a high scoring affair on both sides, unfortunately. I think we'll see a lot of points. I don't think defense, I think that's what I notice in rematches. Defenses struggle because you got much more footage and you can try to be more creative, but you can't change your personnel. You are who you are. So I'm anxious to see how we execute. We have a great opportunity to be different. We've been trying to start fast all season. I really don't know if I've seen it more than once yet. So we can do something new, but obviously we hadn't seen it before. But that's the same thing that happened last game. We hadn't seen that pressure from our defense being creative in how we get to the quarterback. On both sides of the ball, I'm anxious to see how we go about executing and containing our emotions.
That's some good points there. Okay, that offensive shootout, I could kind of see that both offenses are playing really good right now. I mean, we've been playing good, and when we explode, we explode. It's like we just come out, and whether it take
Both
us
quarterbacks blew a lot of money last time, Coach. I don't know if they can afford to do that again.
right,
Good point.
right.
Good point.
I got a different question for you, Shawty. But it's
After
so
all that time I spent formulating my answer.
hey, listen,
I knew he had some.
CA put it in my head, man. Like this game is important. It's still the SEC championship, and Kirby has stated so. But in the grand scheme of things, you got the college football playoff. How you seeing this game? Like, is it still hold the magnitude that it always has? I mean, the SEC championship is, Kirby always said it's hard to win.
Oh yeah, man. This will set the tone going. You don't want to go into the playoffs coming off no loss, especially no loss in the SEC championship. So this definitely sets the tone. And I think not only does it set the tone, the optics, us still being Georgia and still being the lead dog in this race, called Texas trying to come in and show they, the better team. They're trying to act like they top dog and they just got here. So you don't even want those kind of optics going into this game. This is going to be a particular game where I truly think that we cannot start out slow. We're going to have to be able to, whatever pace Texas comes out with offensively, we're going to have to match that because our defense, to somebody's point, played lights out last game. And that may not be the case this time, but we need our offense to travel. And at the end of the day, for me, I think somebody said, I think it was CA said something about personnel. And that's where I'm at with Texas. Texas played they played an SEC schedule. Don't get me wrong. But in my opinion, it was on the lighter end of the spectrum. And we always talk about levels to things. And them just not going through a gauntlet like we going through, I just think that makes us the better team.
I think so too. It definitely makes us more battle tested, if I would say so myself. E-Rob, listen, man, this is a big test, and like Shawty said, I don't think we want to go into whether we make it in the playoffs, win or lose or not. We don't want to go into the playoffs with a loss or anything like that. So, what's your opening thoughts on this SEC championship game, Texas versus Georgia round 2?
Well, for Georgia, the word clean, that's the word that keeps coming up in my head. On both sides of the ball, we just have to be clean. We have to execute. Look, like somebody said, the Joes, we match up good. The Joes going to be fine. It's about who's going to execute, who's going to make the play when the play needs to be made, who's going to play good situationally. You know what I'm saying? When we get in the red zone, we have to score. So we talk about we have to be fast and to score early. That's when we move the ball, we get down the red zone, we have to score. We have to be laser focused when we get down in the scoring area. If we do that, and not turn the ball over, if we play clean on defense, limit the missed tackles, limit the busted coverages, keep things in front of you, make tackles, make them have to go the long way, we'll take them out in the deep water and drown them. Like Shawty just said, they are a good team. I take nothing away from them, but like they have played like a lesser schedule in the SEC. Let's just be real about it. So take them in the deep water and just drown them. But you have to start fast. You can't let them get out and hope that we can come back. That can't happen. If we get out and make them have to make their sphincter get a little tight, then we'll see about it.
Kyle, what you looking for from this offense, man? Like, how can we start fast? I mean, we talk about it. How can we start fast? What kind of plays you think might give us that that kickstart that we need?
It's not the plays. You got to catch the damn football. Like, if we can go back and look early in some games, we had some big drops early in the game that could have ignited the offense. Yeah, that's a game. The Alabama game. Let's come out, catch the football. You know what I'm saying? Let's make the clean plays. Let's not make it harder on ourselves. I think when we get into situations where we drop a pass, we come back, we get a yard or two on a run play. Now we're stuck back in the 3rd and 9. We off the field quick. Let's stop having that. Let's make sure that we go out there. If the ball's coming to you, let's catch the football. Let's get the yards. Let's keep the drives going. I think that's going to be the start. It's not necessarily the play calling, but it's the execution of the plays, and I think that that's big. And so I was just quickly looking up some. Charlie made mention to it, Texas's schedule, and when you look at it, it really is not that impressive. You know, when you look and say, you know, what's their next best win? Obviously, the Texans say that's a good win. They won 17-7, nothing to write home about. They beat Florida 49-17, and that was a game where Florida was on like their 8th-string quarterback. They had a lot of guys out for that game, so I'm not really impressed with that. All their other games, you know,
Vanderbilt, that's their best win.
Vanderbilt, a 3-point win at Vanderbilt. Michigan is a 5-loss team at the end of the day. Like, they haven't gone through the gauntlet, like Shawty said, like we have. So, you know, I think that we're a much tougher team. And kind of thinking about it, man, I think Texas is a tad bit overrated. I think they're a little overrated this year, despite being 11-1. You know, when I've seen them play some of these games, I haven't just been thoroughly impressed with their offense per se, versus their defense. The defense has been impressive. I don't think the offense is all that impressive.
Right, I'm with you. I don't know if the numbers support what I'm about to say, but I do think the defense has carried Texas. I think
they're number 2 in the nation in scoring defense.
Yeah,
so
good.
You know, like 11 points a game.
The linebacker.
A lot of that's on the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I didn't mean to cut y'all off.
Yeah. I mean, I think that has something to do with it too, Shawty. They got a good linebacker, Anthony Hill. I think he should have been in the Butkus award category finalist or whatever, but you know, I think I think from what you're saying about the offense not being as impressive as we thought it would be is because they have, you know, Ewers, they have Archman, and they got, you know, weapons on the outside that we haven't seen a whole bunch of drops from them, you know, not like us, but you would think the offense would perform a little bit better than it has, as opposed to the defense being, because they lost 2 first-round defensive tackles. So nobody knew that their defensive line was going to be what it was. So, JV, we, with the emergence, I think for our side, our offense, I want to say one of the things that I think has helped our offense is the tight ends catching the ball. I mean, we need everybody to catch the ball. But being Urasek has been catching, Lucky's made some good catches, and like you said earlier, Delp has, I mean, like he showed on that touchdown celebration, kicked the door in on the second half of his season. How would you like to see us use those guys this weekend?
Essentially the same way we've been using them, the same way we've always been integrating the tight end into the offense, man. When you have an athletic tight end or some athletic tight ends, and you're dealing with a team that likes to play two high safeties, cover 2. They like to be able to, you know, run man under or run some type of shell around on the outside receivers. That tight end is pivotal, because not only can they sit down at 5, but we got guys that can stretch the field for 25 to 30. And it's hard for those linebackers to turn and run when you also got to be prepared for that running game, that play action, which we love to be able to do. No, we're not as formidable as we have been in the past with the running game, but it's still a threat. And you have to pay attention to it, because if we start to get that rolling, then you're really up shit creek. So the tight ends attacking that middle of the field, man, that's been everything for us, because look at the separation that they're now having, because also they're accounting for the tight end in the pass coverage, and they're not as quick to react in the run game. It's almost one of those catch-22s that the defense gets caught in between, and you really don't have an easy way out on it. For us, it's been probably one of the best things that could have happened to us during this season. Hey, man, salute to that room, because I gave y'all plenty of hell early on in the season, and y'all deserved it. But y'all also deserve the praise right now, and y'all been really getting it in and balling. Kick more doors down, Dip. I need that.
Right. I like to see that confidence from Dip, man. Sidebar, hey, y'all make sure y'all go to tailgatekingsatl.com and get your Mega Gate 2024 tickets. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, hit the like button, man, so people that didn't catch us during the live stream can go back and see what a good show we have, man. But don't forget to go to tailgatekingsatl.com, Mega Gate
Be
2024.
there or be square.
Hey, can I piggyback on what JB just said a little bit?
Yes, sir.
So, and I think JB just basically in a way to me almost explained to me, you know, what we all have said. We were saying this last year. 12 personnel is our best personnel. As much as we wanted to go 11 personnel this year due to Carson Beck being a Heisman Trophy candidate or whatever you want to call it, it has still been shown tried and true that 12 personnel for us the best personnel, because to JB's point, the type of tight ends that we have, if they're clicking on all cylinders, it creates such a mismatch. And then that gives Bobo more chance to be creative in the run and the passing game, because you're going to always have that mismatch on one or possibly both tight ends. So just shout out to, 12 personnel and to JB, the tight end room again. It's almost like I don't know what was going on with Oscar, but it was almost like they forgot about him. So when he got on the field, he was just running wide open. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so too. And they definitely have made, I think, a conscious effort to get him into the game. You know what I'm saying? So we said, listen, Ben, you're a set. We was on him hard at the beginning of the season, rightly so.
He's playing better. He's playing
a lot better.
better.
And he's blocking better. And while we are still dropping the ball as receivers, we are blocking better on the outside. So CA, you mentioned one game. I want to say it was going into the Tennessee game. You wanted to see a little tempo, going into the game. What would you like to see this Saturday? Because to get a fast start, we got to figure something out. I know we got to catch the ball, like Cal said. We definitely got to catch the ball. But from a play caller standpoint, would you like to see us go a little up tempo? Because we showed that at the end of the Georgia Tech game too. We went up tempo. Kind of hard to stop us when we go up tempo.
That's true. I like up tempo, but I don't care what we do. Let's just stop biting. Let's just stop hurting ourselves on these drives. We kick ourselves in the stomach or in the foot or whatever. We kill our own drives more than anybody, in my opinion, whether it be a drop or false start, whatever. Can we just have continuity on offense? Can we just look like we know what we want to do and how we want to execute it? I'm not necessarily picky on how we get it done. Texas is going to present a lot of things for us that will be some great challenges. They've got a formidable D-line like we've already talked about, and linebackers are good. They turn the ball over in the secondary. We got to be smart. I just want Carson Beck to make sure we stay in the right play, get me down the field and get points. That's going to be imperative. Yeah, we got to score. We really, the field goal situation, I'm not a big field goal guy, but I can't sacrifice points whenever we have the ball. So I need my offense to look like we're competent, we're confident. My quarterback is ready to lead us. And when the play breaks down, I don't want deer in the headlights.
Right. Ben G, you're a Texas guy. You say Sark's been protecting the offense, how he's been calling it. Why do you think that is? Because it can't be the talent. The talent, at least, on the surface is there. Why do you think he's protecting the offense, as you say? While we wait on Ben G to answer that, it's that time, man. It's that time to get our predictions in. Texas is favored in this game by 2.5, just like they were in the first game. I guess 8 overtimes against Georgia Tech could do that to you. So we'll start with E-Rod. E-Rod, man, what you got on this game, man?
One thing I know is that we can come back from being down 17-0. What I haven't seen is us get up on someone 17-0. I'd like to see what that looks like, and I'd like to see if they can do what I know that we can do. Going back to that word that Corey brought up, being resilient. I know that we are. That's why no matter what happens, before I get this I'm just gonna sit back with a beer and just chill. Because no matter what happens, we'll be there in the end, some way, somehow, and then we'll see what happens. With that being said, 31-20 Dogs.
31-20 Dawgs. There it is. Okay. It says Sark is limiting 3 and outs. Okay. Okay. He not opening the full playbook is what you're saying. So he don't believe in somebody.
We don't care nothing about none of that. You're right. That's what I'm hearing.
Somebody he don't believe in. That's what that when you protect. I mean, we talked about that with Carson Beck, last year, how Bobo, would protect him a little bit. But it sounds like, Quinn, there it is. Quinn was struggling, and we have fumble issues with our running backs. So we dropping the ball and y'all fumbling. Got it.
Okay. We'll send Dan Jackson down in there a little bit more. Get a few more fumbles.
Right. Yeah. First lady say 34-17. Cal, what you got on it? Texas 2.5-point favorite.
I'm close to that score. I'm 34-21. I still think that I think, like CA said, I think it'll be a little bit more offense, that's gonna come from this game. I think that hopefully we can get out. Like I think Erod brought up a good point, man. I would like to see us jump up early in the game, get up 14-0, get up 17-0, to see how that team responds to us, and not doing it the way that we did when we went to Texas, but with the offense coming out rolling, looking good, making plays. So I think if we ever get that type of game, I think things could get really ugly for the other team. But I think Texas got enough talent where they can make enough defensive stops, to potentially make it a game, into the third, fourth quarter, and we're gonna take control, win by, like I said, 34-21.
Okay. Benji, we appreciate you stopping in, my guy. I don't know if you're flying into the ATL for the game or not, but if so, safe travels. So you got to go. Hopefully he can celebrate. He said we'll be back on to celebrate our first season at SEC as champions.
All right.
27-16 Texas he has. All right. JV, what you got on it, man? What you got on that score prediction for this weekend?
Well, I already put my gap out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put the numbers to it.
So D said that shit with his chest.
About 17. He scared me. I wrote it down. I like, God dang it.
Hey man, I'm looking at this thing 38-21, man. It's just that feeling, man. I had this warm tea, this Arnold Palmer feeling about this whole thing. It's gonna taste good. It's gonna feel great. So 38-21. That's where I'm at.
38-21. That's it. Valencia Wiley getting in. We appreciate you stopping in. Says 35-17 Dogs plus a side of E-Rob in the Snuggie. He said he can't put it on because he got
a whole fan base on him.
Right. The Snuggie got a fan base like Ugga.
This thing need to be on TV. Can't put me on radio, baby.
Which one is it? Dashika or Snuggie? You don't downgrade it to a Snuggie?
Hold on, dog. Hold up.
It's a Dashika.
Your hate will not be tolerated.
He just says 34-24 Dogs. Brian Drakeford, 27-17 Dogs. Okay. Shawty, what you got on it, man? Texas being the favorite coming into the ATL.
Oh man, you know where? And shout out to BNG. I definitely want you to get here safely, but you need a little bit of turbulence for that score. Just a little turbulence. I'm gonna go 34-31, man. I do think it's gonna be a close game, but I do think it's gonna be high scoring. 34-31 Dogs.
Okay, I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I actually think it's gonna be 37-31 Dogs. I do think, like CA said, after you done played somebody, it ain't so much defense you got out there. And like he said about the quarterbacks, both of them lost some money the first time around, so I think they're gonna be trying to earn it this time around. So, CA, what you got on it, man?
Dogs 35-24.
There it is, 35-24. J-Dog gets in and says 36-17 Dogs. We deserve a less stressful game after last weekend.
True that.
Right. Either, man, we'll be in Georgia. We won't be Athens, but we'll be in Georgia. So I think that's
right.
Going to be big too.
Right, Kadarius
Tailgate Kings, baby.
45-17. He is showing
I
no
like that,
love
Coach.
to the Horns. I
Tell him, little
appreciate
cuz.
He
Beat
made me
down.
say 27-28, Dawgs on top, 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! That's what I'm talking
Ain't
about.
fair. Yep.
All right.
That's right.
The
Yeah.
wrestling king.
Hey, Paul said we're gonna keep the stress going one more week.
We
Bring
hear
your belt
y'all,
out, boss.
Benny.
Bring out the belt.
And real
Hey,
talk,
mama.
man, with this
2010. Let's go.
with this schedule, man, I think that was one of the reasons why the schedule and some of the injuries. That's why I think it was very hard for us to show a lot of continuity throughout the season. But now that we are, got a singular focus, meaning SEC championship playoffs, it's all down to business, no more fluff. I think it'd be a lot easier and to string back-to-back good games together. You know what I'm saying?
I sure hope
I
you're
like
right,
it.
brother. I
Right.
sure
I
hope you're
hope
right.
so.
Really
Right,
sound
right.
good to me.
Man, it sounds great. Sound good.
It do sound great, man. I just want to tell any Texas fans out there, bring some of that brisket with you, man. I bought about a pound or two of
You ain't
that
lying.
brisket with you,
You
man.
gonna
That's the
make some
damn
money.
best brisket I never had. Bring some of that
Hey,
with you.
Texas say they know how to barbecue, so apparently
We'll give y'all that.
Cal
We'll
is
give you
saying they
that.
do.
That they do. That they do.
You
Mama
gonna get your
Allen
ass
getting
kicked
in
on
and
Saturday
says
though.
Dogs 28-10. We take that. We definitely will
Yes,
We'll
take
take
that
mama.
it
any
all
day.
day.
I'll take it,
We'll
mama.
take that.
That
Coach
big.
Zoe say UGA 28, Texas 17. I'll take that as
Mm-hmm.
well. I like
Tell
all of
him,
that,
Coach.
man. I like all of that, man. Listen, we back on stream, y'all. Back in our comfort zone. Dogs back in their comfort zone in the ATL. You know what I'm saying? It's like that
Go.
when you're having a good time. The time flies. We've been on for a little bit more than an hour, so it's about that time. We appreciate everybody getting in on Facebook, on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get out to tailgatekingsatl.com so you can get your Megagate 2024 tickets. It's going down at Atlantucky, right down the street from the Benz. So even if you go into the game, go out there and support. That's right, man. For my guys,
Go to our
Cool
website
Cal.
for parking too if you need it, man. We got parking
There it
for
is.
you. If you're bringing an RV, we got RV parking for you too, man. Holler
Well,
at
stop.
your boy.
Let's go.
I'll let your boy.
Kentucky.
You know what I'm saying? So there it is. So my guy Cool Cal, CA,
Get
E-Rob,
it.
Shawty, JV,
SEC
I'm Coach
championship, baby.
I.
Let's go.
Always remember
Yeah.
to respect these hedges, man. And as always, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Another one, baby.